Welcome back to In the Garden. Joining me here is Craig from Grange Co-op, and today we're going to talk about overseeding. So as we leave the winter season, you might see some spots in the grass or thin grass, and how do these products come into play to help that?
Yeah, so that is really something that we do see a lot this time of year is, we've went through the winter time, we've got a lot of patchy grass it's just kind of thinned out quite a bit. And so customers this time of year are really coming in wanting to know, how do I deal with that? So what we want to do is what is called overseeding. So we're not going in and putting in a brand new lawn, we're not taking out what's there, we're just taking lawn seed and going back over the top. So a few things that really matter with that. One, you want to kind of match what the lawn is that's in place, right? So most lawn seeds will grow in a really good sunny environment, but not all of them will do well in shade. So if you are going to be dealing with part of the lawn is under a shade tree or something like that, you want to be looking for a grass that specifically says that it is for a shadier environment. There are other ones that do better. The green bag here does better in the wintertime, doesn't go fully dormant, self-repairs a little bit. There's different kind of nuances to the different types of grass you're going to use, which you can come in and ask any of us about, and we can certainly help you out.
And is there anything you need to do to help your grass? I'm not sure what it's called when you kind of put the holes in the ground and you plant the grass. Do you have to do that with these products?
You don't have to do that with this. That's aerating, and that's not really something you're going to have to do necessarily when you do this. One thing you do want to make sure and do is if you've got real bare patches where you don't really have any lawn around it, you want to make sure that when you put your seed down that you're using something to cover that up. This is like really expensive bird seed if you don't do that, right? You might also have, when it starts to grow, it's important that it doesn't just dry out right away. So you want to have usually a fine layer of compost over the top of that. That really helps your success a lot.
And is there anything else that people should know about overseeding? I mean, is it best to do it to the whole lawn, or are you trying to focus on, that thin area or that spot where it's bare? Two things. One, I really encourage customers to do the whole thing. Now, you don't have to do it as thick over the whole thing, but you want to go maybe do it thicker on the area where it does noticeably thin, but it's a good idea if you're doing it to do the whole lawn. The other thing to remember when you're doing an overseeding is you just want to make sure that you're not using a product on your lawn at the same time, that like a pre-emergent weed killer that would be keeping seeds from coming up. So that's one thing that would kind of counteract your efforts. So you want to be, that's one thing to keep in mind. You want to make sure that what the other things you're putting on your lawn are going to be safe for the seed. Awesome. Well, thank you, Craig. And if you have any more questions about overseeding, you can go to our website at KDRV.com, go to a Grange Co-op near you and talk to an expert like Craig.